My human name is Georges Méliès. I am a librarian. My parents were both librarians. On my mother's side, I believe she is 50% creative. So my family has a good deal more empathy than librarians tend to have, which has served us all well in our professions. In the professions that we have chosen, we have not just been archivers or catalogers. My father was always the head of his department. My mother was always leading special projects that had a number of personnel, and I was gradually promoted. Even though we are not particularly ambitious, we just let our skills and abilities show us the way in how to conduct ourselves in our professional lives, and I would like to think in our lives in general. I have been the captain of the only current Earth team. The DERMALIANs have explored, I believe the site is called Moscow, and they have also explored, I believe the site is called Nairobi. However, the only site for which the DERMALIANs, my people, have been able to create a safe environment for both DERMALIANs and human DERMALIANs to survive, this is the only site. And this site is known as the ruins of the NYPL. I believe that a librarian who probably was not very empathetic, but who had an excellent sense of humor, liked the ruins of the NYPL, and thus it became known officially, although the initials NYPL actually represent New York Public Library. From the research that we have compiled about Earth, New York was one of the most important cultural centers on Earth during the time of the humans. I have been in this position leading a team of archaeologists. I am an archaeologist. My colleague, my young colleague, is an anthroarchaeologist, and the good doctor, our brilliant colleague who prefers research, shall we say. Yes. That's all we shall say about our colleague, the good doctor. I have enjoyed some aspects of this assignment, although we are at a stage now, where our activities are essentially limited to scanning the ruins of the NYPL so that we can make a replica of the site on our home planet. Upon completing that, the team that is currently headed to Earth to replace us, Captain Barack, the commander of the new space bubble, new technology that I am very eager to see, and I am somewhat sorry that I will not be taking the space bubble back to Dermalia. I will have to wait for another opportunity to experience that technology. But I will spend as much time as I can touring the space bubble once it arrives before my team returns to Dermalia. I have been an adequate cataloger. Scanning for me is a bit too much like cataloging. It's much more exciting for me to discover some new aspect. I really am an archaeologist, as a human would say, at heart. Of course, Dermalians do not have a heart in the same sense that the humans did. We do not attach all sorts of emotive qualities to our heart. We do not compound it with descriptions that might indicate it is also part of our mind. I like humor. I especially I have enjoyed learning of some of the quaint thought patterns and habits of the humans. My empathy reminds me, however, that it is those thought patterns that affected the behavior of the humans that made it impossible for us to really know them. They made themselves extinct, and what I am hoping that I will be able to do on my own home planet when I have unlimited access to plasma technology is explore what it was in the human's nature that so tragically led to their self-destruction.